Look, I get it. You're in love, you're excited, you want to lock it down ASAP. But let me tell you something, marriage is not a race. Rushing in without really knowing your partner, that's like investing in the business without reading the contract. Let's talk about why taking it slow is the actual power move. I'm Dr. Turpo, and I've coached hundreds of couples, and let me tell you, the happiest, strongest marriages, those couples took the time to know each other before saying I do. So if you're thinking about marriage, listen up, because this could save you from a major mistake. So, one of the top reasons that marriages fail, people marry strangers. They get caught up in the romance, the passion, the excitement, but they don't take the time to learn who their partner really is. Tell me something. Would you buy a house without inspecting it? Would you sign a business deal without reading the fine print? Then why on earth would you marry someone without fully understanding who they are? It just baffles me. This happens all the time. I mean, what's more important than deciding who your life partner is going to be? You take your time and do your due diligence on all these other areas. So, let's talk about what you must know before getting married. Number one, personality and habits. How do they handle stress? Are they responsible with money? Do they have anger issues? What are their values and goals, their life goals? Do they want kids? How do they handle conflict? What are their long-term goals? And number three, family and background. How do they treat their family? I tell people, watch your potential spouse, watch how they treat their family, because one day you will be family and they will be treating you the same way. Do they have any unresolved trauma or bad habits? If you don't know the answers to these questions, you're not ready to marry them. So, how does taking it slow build a stronger marriage? Well, you build a real foundation, not just a fantasy. You learn how to handle challenges together. You avoid marrying the idea of a person instead of the reality. Let me tell you, folks, passion fades, but character lasts. Marry someone whose character you trust. My personal story, my wife and I, Michelle, we dated for a good 2 years before we got married. We were dated for a year, we were engaged for a year. We took it slow and we got to know each other. So we knew who we were getting with. Now, in my practice, I've seen couples get married in under a year, only to realize they didn't know the real person they were with. And divorce happened fast. So the key takeaway I want you to get from today's video, taking your time isn't hesitation, it's strategy. So, how do you know if you're ready for marriage? Well, let's talk about some ways you can know. You've had serious conversations about the future. You've seen this person at their best and their worst. You trust them completely with money, conflict, and stress. You share core values and vision for life. You don't want to go into a marriage where you're not trusting them. Okay? If you can't say yes to all of these, then slow down. Do not rush into a lifelong commitment on temporary emotions. So in closing, I just want to make sure you understand, marriage is a long-term game. The smart move, take your time, get to know your partner, and make sure you're marrying the right person, not just the moment. So, drop a comment. How long do you think a couple should date before marriage? Let's talk. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it.